Going right now for my blood clot. I'm not afraid. The police want to come and hold me a different thing. Because that me have to protect my blood clot.
Yeah, no what Chinky.
Yeah, man. No. I hear no. Me and the money come over 40 a year to blood clot. I look at it, my friend. Jesus Christ.
Chinky, my dog. Fuck up, dog.
Yeah, step on spring check, the fingerprint, you know. You step off on the thing, please.
No step on up, no spin check.
I don't use them not talk to me.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in your cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Let me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple me.
Having faith in your possibilities does not mean you will have it easy. It's about finding comfort, knowing you'll eventually succeed despite setbacks. Keep putting up a good fight to stay in the race, and don't quit because you feel challenged. No one is exempt from trying times. Trust what you diligently work for will materialize soon. Use the power of faith to keep climbing, even when you cannot see the top. Wagwan, my people. Hope everybody doing okay. Hope everybody doing alright. Yes, it's another Friday morning. It is almost Christmas. And the people them who say cancel Christmas move from right. That's all on the broke vibes. You understand? Just because on the broke, keep on the brokenness to yourself. Christmas always a keep. So what I said, I mean what I said. Hold on a bit there now, people. Dreams without goals are just dreams. So dreams with setting goals. And if you fail, keep trying. Don't give up. We all have some hidden talent hidden deep within us. Put God first and He will bring the talent out of you. And when you find it, be the very best at what you discover. Your God-given talent. Yes, I you me and talk to make I tell the people them something. Find my talent long time, you know. Honestly, me I use my talent. But hold on there. Every day above ground is a blessing. How awesome it is to be amongst the living and surely not amongst the dead. And I stop telling you that. All who don't want to hear that, find one other platform. Because remember, I change my style and change my look. Oh, they must be crazy. Anyway, now people, 100% nigga go under the news. I treat that round there, you know. I want that up there, so, and it come in like a foul play. I want to get lit down right down there, so just hold on a bit there now. How much have I gone? 5? And my maths not so good this morning because of Christmas. I come right round the corner. I just think about the whole heap of food and I got slap with. But hold on, I can go into the news. The police on Wednesday seized an illegal firearm and several rounds of ammo in Monique St. Anne's. At about 6:30 p.m., a 9mm pistol with 4 rounds of ammo was found during an operation in Faith Spend. No one was arrested. You understand? No one was arrested. Anyway, I move on. The St. Mary police are investigating a fatal hit-and-run incident on the Georgia Main Road on Wednesday night. And hold on the people. The male pedestrian is unidentified. Anybody miss anybody who did their St. Mary side and not see them come back? Let me tell you something, I dead them dead. The incident is believed to have occurred between the hours of 10 and 11 o'clock. It's reported the police were called to the Georgia Main Road when the body was seen on the side of a road leading to Kingston. Debris from a motor vehicle was found on the scene. Yes, I lick somebody lick him down, and then that everybody turn them eye for look. Wagwan, because them know say a dog them lick at them that ear. Aye. You know that sound the way dog make, you understand? Me can't really make the sound because me's not a dog. But anyway, we can move on. The police has identified the 2 people killed in a double murder in Comanche District, Lindsay, St. Catherine on Thursday morning. They have been identified as Leon English, otherwise called Furry, a 41-year-old Igla from Comanche, and his girlfriend, 23-year-old promoter Salika Salki of Orangefield District, also in Linstead. A 33-year-old taxi driver was also injured in the attack. Police report that about 1:45 a.m., English reportedly chartered a taxi to take him home when he met his girlfriend upon arrival. They were reportedly ambushed by armed men who opened gunfire at them, hitting English in his face and upper body. His girlfriend was shot in the left arm and upper body. Injured cabby, yes, taxi man and dead people, managed to escape. Police who went to the scene found the couple bullet-red body. Yes, people, bullet-red body. And guess what? The girl lied up on her face. Dead. A matter of fact, the 2 of them dead. So them just go so boom and take them to the hospital quick and fast. But hold on a bit there now. So from the other day, people just are dead in a Linstead. So you ever go so boom made people and take on a spray can and go so toot and spray bacon in the hands this? I saw people are dead at Linstead. A 22-year-old man was shot and killed on Sunday evening while at his home in Linstead, St. Catherine. He has been identified as Sean Paul. And yes, people, Sean the eating with rice and roaster. You understand, yeah, man? Them man, they name them food before them get to that point. Yeah, the police at about 6:30 p.m. an unknown assailant invade Paul's home and opened fire, killing him. Another man was injured in the attack. And the people, them say, my view, we feel like say that man set it up, you know, you understand? We feel like that man set it up just for stand dead. And speaking of setting up, look at this brother here now, people. I can tell you something what go and feel. And I'm looking at the right hand corner, you see the brother in the white shirt? Yeah, man, him dead, but hold on, the man, I don't reach right there so yet. Him name Kevin Utah and him come from KıLeɖ in Manchester. Him is a coffee farmer. Enough people don't they supposed to know him because remember God man he kill him brother, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, this is Kevin. Kevin is a coffee farmer and he farm him coffee in the hills of St. Andrew. So Kevin got some boom and then the man them cook some food and eat Kevin. As Kevin don't eat the food, he drop down dead. I poison them poison him. Me tell you the truth, poison them poison him. So just have a Kevin family know say watch out. I poison them poison Kevin, yeah? The people them up there, I that them do. Anyway, make I move on, cause same place in a St. Andrew. Here this a ball in here. Right up at one place, up at one part named Guava Gap Square. Yes, me ask the people them which part you find that. Them say my view. After you go so boom, 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 and you pass two places and pass two little part, and you go around the little deep corner, and you see one little precipice right over on the right hand side, and you see some little old place right there, so right there, so. Alright, that's so. Yeah, man. Right there, the screen, so brother, you get slapped with. But here in front of me, can say, watch out.
Going right now for my blood clot. I'm not afraid. The police want to come and hold me. A different thing. Because that me have to do protect my blood clot.
Yeah, no, Chinky.
Yeah, man. No. I hear no. Me and the money come over 40 a year to blood clot. I look at my friend. Jesus Christ.
Chinky, my dog. Fuck up, dog.
Step on the fingerprint, you know. You step off on the thing, please.
No, step on off, you know, spin check.
The youth are not talk to me.
People, if me not sure about nothing, me sure about this. Him know who kill him, and him know where him do, you understand? But him can't go tell because him dead, you understand? Dead man tell no tales. I'm not going to show us on the line and tell on this platform, you know. What you are going for, what go on. You have certain set of people who know everybody. Taxi driver, bus driver, conductor and loader man, them know everybody in them community. And guess what? Shrimp is a part of that group. You understand? Shrimp is a taxi man. So he must know oh, but him can't tell me now. You understand? Anyway, people, I can move on and give the people them some more news.
The SOEs give us even greater ability to act preemptively. Now, you will note that since the SOEs have been put in place, the number of murders per week in the entire country has fallen. Now, it might be of interest to note, the SOE will expire. There were 2 murders in the parish. They were domestic murders. So we couldn't predict those. But there were no gang murders. There were no murders as a result of robbery or other forms of accusatory crimes. There were no murders as a result of extortion or contract killing. Government is not interested, my government, in taking away our citizens' rights arbitrarily. There is no greater advocate for human rights and the protection of our freedoms and democracy than me. But that freedom and that democracy is at risk by persons who have no regard for our laws. And I want you to balance that thought, that the very democracy and freedom that we cherish is at risk because there are persons among us who they don't value it. What is the freedom that you have if in your community you can't speak up about men who move in beside you to conduct lottery scamming? Then at late night they park up their vehicles, turn up their music, drinking Hennessy, and they get happy and start to fire shots right beside your house. Can you say anything about it? You're afraid. What's that freedom that you say again you had? What's that democracy again? And right across Jamaica we see this happening. So if you value freedom and democracy, then you have to support the government's actions to be able to treat with these persons who are the persons taking away your freedom and your democracy. And I am committed to doing that whilst preserving our constitution.
People, me that for spite a while ago. Me never did tell me say I can't hopeless me I go play next because me the want to listen what him have to say. You understand? See it there? Can't you talk on a listen? Anyway, what do you think about the SOA? What do you think, say, where must it make sense? Drop it in the comment section. Let me have the reason about it. But hold on a bit there now. Paula, Paula Llewellyn, she there too. She have something to say.
We believe that the time has come for Parliament in terms of policy, or perhaps the executive in terms of policy, to move this amendment before Parliament for an amendment to the term of life imprisonment to be deemed to be a term of 40 years as opposed to 30. If that is done, then that now would allow the Court of Appeal and the sentencing judges to use or have the starting point the 40 years. We are not saying that in the majority of circumstances that pleading guilty to murder, life imprisonment and eligibility for parole not before 25 years, which is the average, 24, 23, 26, may not be appropriate. But there is the odd case where the circumstances so shock the public. It is so traumatizing what was done. Let me tell you something. You say you are a defense counsel, so you don't know what we as prosecutors, when we interface with some of the relatives of the victim, if we are not careful, even what we have to face and what we do, we are at risk of getting post-traumatic stress disorder. And you couldn't imagine in terms of explaining the law. At one stage, I had to say to them when they looked at me, it is about Mr. Llewellyn. I said, some people believe the law is an ass, that the law is an ass. But guess what? We are shackled by the law. You are telling me that because he comes to plead guilty, because he knows that if the matter goes to trial, he might get 40 or 40 years before being eligible for parole, that because he pleads guilty now, that he must benefit from the fact that the starting point is going to be 30, so he comes out just like somebody with a knife murder after what he has done with 23, 24 years before being eligible for parole. How would the community, how would the relatives, how would the community understand the justice system? Would that be justice? So I'm saying in a case like that where it is so egregious, so shocking and traumatizing to the public, that the judge must have the latitude to, because the starting point is 40. At the end of the calculation, it takes it perhaps up to 30, 31 years. What we are going to try to do for the future, I now have among my units a Court of Appeal unit. We're going to try and use my registry staff in decided matters of high public interest, is to check the original file to see if we have contact information for relatives of the deceased and put that on our Court of Appeal transcript so that Crown Counsel who deals with the matter, if there is a reduction, then we will be able to easily contact them or contact the investigating officer to let them know.
People I don't want to feel like some believe in our Paula saying no. 40 years, so what? You know how much money that they must sit down around there and yam and live scotch-free? Slap them way. It's cheaper that way. So what I said, I mean what I said. No, me already and now take it back.